Hello, Fat Grandma here. I thought I would jump on and show you guys how I personally ship coffee mugs. And this is for coffee mugs. I kind of have a, a limit in my head. If it's over a $10 coffee mug, I'm going to spend a little bit more time packing it safely so that I know there's a better chance it won't get broken. If it's under 10, I'm still careful with it because nobody wants to get something that's broken. And that's my mindset when I ship these things. But I go a little bit further with the ones that are over $10. Typically, they are very unusual coffee mugs that someone is either buying it for a replacement or it's a gift for someone. It's got something different on it. So you can kind of tell who's buying it and what the purpose is for the mug. I have a mug fetish, if you want to call it that. I have way too many mugs. A lot of them aren't listed yet. I need to spend one day just taking photos of mugs and get them all listed because I have a lot here that I have not listed yet. But there are quite a few in my store. I don't know what my problem is, but I gravitate toward mugs, and they're not great for income, but it's something I enjoy picking up. And like I said in my previous video, this isn't a real job for me. It's just keeping me busy. Excuse my appearance. I'm still in my jammies. I pulled a muscle day before yesterday in the back of my neck, and it's gone down into my arm, like my upper arm. This part of my arm is killing me, and my neck has been killing me. I slept with 3 patches. You know those patches you can buy that have the menthol stuff in them? I looked like some kind of war victim. Not that bad, but still, you know what I mean. It was overkill with the patches. I had them here, and then I had one here, and then I had one on my arm, and I smelled like a grandma. Anyway, so I'm still stiff and stuff, but I took one of my pain pills for my back. My back is like, what's going on? Because it's not getting any of the pain meds. My neck and my shoulder are. So anyway, I thought that back to the topic. If you've been around, you know that I do this. So I wanted to show you guys. I was thinking about it, because I don't know if other people pack this way when they ship a mug, but it's something that I do. So usually these mugs, also the ones that are over $10, typically are a little bit larger. They aren't a standard coffee mug this is a little bit more like a normal mug. This is the standard size. I've got garbage bags in here that are biodegradable. Anyway, this one is bigger. It's just, so that's my point, was that if it's a bigger coffee mug, and it's a little bit more expensive, this is how I ship them. And I still kind of do the same thing with the smaller ones, but they can fit in a smaller box, yada, yada, yada. So I put the small bubble wrap around the mug, and this is so that I can do something else on this too, but I'll give it a good 3 squares of bubble wrap, and I make sure that the handle gets wrapped over twice. So I lay the mug on the bubble wrap in the middle of the 3 squares, and then I just take one over and then pull the other one over, and then I tape it up really well. Then I take a piece of cardboard. Now, if you Frankenstein boxes like I do, I save all of the flaps that I cut off because I use them for shipping things, like to build protection around things that stick out or that could be snapped off in shipping. So I will take a flap and I will fold it. I don't aim very good with the camera. Anyway, I'll fold it like this, and then I take it and I put it around the handle. So there's the handle for the coffee mug, and there's the cardboard. And then because I have this layer of bubble wrap on here already, I can wrap tape around this without tape getting on the mug. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I can show you guys. Well, really, that's I'll show you what it looks like after it. This is going to make a bunch of noise. I didn't think this through at all. And this is like very spur of the moment. You can tell by my hair. I mean, it's a little bit worse than normal. So I don't care, what I look like. That's not why I'm here. Anyway, okay, so I've got the tape on this. I'll wrap it again, but now this handle is protected by an extra layer of cardboard. It's already got some bubble wrap around it. I'm going to do another, I'm trying to knock my mic off the table. I'm going to do another wrap of tape around this. And again, I do this with the more expensive mugs, because if they're paying $10 for the mug and you add shipping to that, like this sale they're paying $23.59 for this mug, basically, because they're paying shipping too. And it was the cheapest way to ship it, So, okay, so now this is very protected. This is not coming apart. And the 3 squares of bubble wrap that I use when I wrap it also gives some protection to, oh good, I wrapped a hair in there. That'll be lovely when they get it. I'm sorry. Anyway, they get it, when you fold it over and tape it down, it gives some added cushion on the bottom. I also cram paper or, the plastic garbage bags that you get from grocery shopping if you live in a state where they haven't banned them yet. Anyway, I save all of the grocery bags, and the ones that haven't gotten anything on them and they didn't twist, tie them shut when you pick up your groceries. I use those for filler in things, and so I'll either use paper or those garbage bags and just cram them inside the mug. It just makes it firms it up so there's more protection. If it gets banged from the outside, it's not hollow in the middle, and it seems to hold up better. Anyway, so once I've done this to it, these bigger mugs usually will fit in a 7 by 7 by 7 square box. But I ran out. I just ordered some. So I'm going to ship this one in an 8 by 8 by 8, which means I'm going to have to use more of my big bubble wrap. So I just wrap this thing up, cardboard and all, in the big bubble wrap, and then depending on if there's any room left over in the box, I will either use some crunchy paper or some more bubble wrap, depending on what's closest and what I can grab and how much I need. If there's not a bunch of filler room, or if the bubble wrap, once it's all wrapped up, takes up all the space, and when I close it, it doesn't move at all, then I don't have to put any filler in. But if it moves at all, then I will put some crunchy paper in or whatever, just to keep the item from moving around. The boxes that I use, again, if you've watched my channel before, I buy my boxes at Grainger. It's Grainger. They have locations in just about every state, and they are so much cheaper than Uline or Amazon or Home Depot. I mean, I get some of the bigger boxes from Home Depot because they do have good prices on those. And Grainger isn't always cheapest on their boxes, but for the most part, they have been the least expensive of any of the places that I've purchased boxes from. So anyway, and I could have shipped this in a USPS priority box, but it would have cost my customer like $2 more. And I have issues with, the boxes that I buy cost me, hang on a second, I'm going to look and see what I just paid, because I just ordered the 7 by 7 by 7s, but they're not going to be here until next Wednesday, so I'm going to have to use a bigger one. I paid $14.94 for 25 boxes. They're 55 cents a piece. So even with the box costing me 55 cents, it's not that much. And I mean, there's tax in there and stuff, and I have to drive to go pick them up. You can have them shipped, but I save so much money by just picking mine up, because there's 3 or 4 Graingers in town. There's 2 of them that aren't very far from me, so I just make a day of it, and I'll usually stop at the post office and then go to Grainger or whatever, so I'm not just doing one thing. But anyway, I just wanted to pop in and show you guys how I do these mugs when they're not just a regular mug. And again, I do the other ones basically the same, but I don't use as big of a box. I'll use a 5 by 5 by 5 box. Usually the smaller mugs will fit in those, and I will still wrap the handle, and I'll do the bubble wrap thing. But I don't add as much fluff in the box as I do with the ones that are over $10. Anyway, I think that's it. Maybe I'll pop back in and show you guys what this looks like once I get the big bubble wrap around it. I'm going to pause this for a second. Okay, I got the mug all wrapped up. I will show you guys. It's going to make noise again. So when I wrap the mug with the big bubble wrap, because I've reinforced the handle, I will do the same thing with the front of the mug that's exposed that I did. I don't know, you can barely see the mug through this, but that's the side with the cardboard. There's only one layer of bubble wrap going over that. I doubled it over the front. So there's 2 layers of the big bubble wrap over the front of the mug, and then there's just 1 layer over the back. And this, because this box is too big, I had to use some crunchy paper, so this is going to make a bunch of noise, and I'm sorry. But I only had to use 2 pieces of crunchy paper, and I'm going to try and make it quiet so it's not horrible on the microphone when I do the editing for this. But, okay, so it's tall enough, because I used a little extra on the bubble wrap, that it goes up to the top of the box, but it didn't fill in the sides. You don't have to fill all the way around, just wedged in there so it doesn't move. And this is not going to move. It's not going anywhere. So you just close it up, and the top of the bubble wrap is even with the box flaps. So I don't need to put anything on top of it. Anyway, that's how I do my mugs. It's a little bit extra work, and a lot of people probably, wouldn't take the time to do that. And maybe they do, I don't know, but I get feedback often enough that, great packing job, really good packing, and I just want to make sure that people's items show up in one piece, and it's not just to save me time or money, because then I don't have to deal with returns or refunds because something got broken. It's that, if they took the time to look for this item and buy it from me, they wanted it. And especially if it's for a gift or, I don't want it to show up broken. So I just do a little bit extra to make sure that I've done everything I can so that this item gets to them in one piece. Anyway, I guess that's it for today. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday or Tuesday with my solds video. Bye.